Hi folks, it's John from lastchanceautorestore.com. I'd like to share with you an update. This is the upgraded engine that we've completed the rebuild on for the 1970 Volkswagen Single Cab pickup truck. In an earlier video we shared with you where our client had this engine built previous to him finding us for the restoration. So what we started with basically is a 1600cc engine. Someone has done some work on it, but it wasn't a happy engine, and you can see that in previous videos. So what we've done is our client wants to be able to, not necessarily high performance, but he wants more performance out of the vehicle. So we went ahead and we've ordered a Highway Flyer transmission. So it'll change the gearing from first to 4. And with the gearing being changed, they refer to as a highway flyer, so it's much more enjoyable to drive at interstate or highway speeds. When you do that, part of our build plan was to upgrade the engine. So we don't have a dyno, but I believe that this engine should be somewhere probably in that 80 to 90 horsepower range. I think a safe number to say would be 80 to 85 horse. So basically this engine from Volkswagen originally had 34, I think, roughly for horsepower. So to bump it from 34 horse to that 80-85 horsepower is a tremendous difference. And we made a lot of subtle little changes. So you can see there's quite a bit going on. We have, in terms of the block itself, we had it degreased and cleaned. The case was split. We resealed everything. It has larger pistons. We use the same heads. They're an aftermarket head with larger valves, but they didn't have enough carburation. They didn't have an upgraded or happier ignition system. So what we've gone and done is change the old system with the points and worrying about dwell. So instead of points, condenser, and rotor, we now have this electronic ignition system, and this is the Igniter series. I think they call it Igniter 3. So it's an updated flamethrower series. So it's a fully electronic distributor. We have the heavier duty wires, and this company is called Pertronics, and they're very well known for upgrading ignition systems. And then we have a flamethrower coil. So your ignition coil is a higher voltage to work together with this flamethrower. So this just makes the engine quite a bit happier. It's more efficient with spark. There's less maintenance involved because once you set it, basically you don't have to do a whole lot with it. You don't have to be replacing points, adjusting the dwell, and playing with timing all kinds of times. So this just makes it a little bit cleaner in my opinion. You can see there's this aluminum pulley on the front. There's numerous pulleys out there in the aftermarket world for air-cooled engines. This one is quite unique. It's a balanced pulley. It's a 5.5 pound pulley. And what this does, it helps with inertia of the engine. So being a balanced and weighted pulley, as the engine is running, it has more momentum because it's a balanced weighted pulley. So this makes quite a big difference and makes an air-cooled engine quite a bit happier. And then what we've done, our client wanted to keep or maintain kind of the stock look, so we have the original generator which has been freshened up as opposed to upgrading to a larger, bulkier alternator. We have the original generator look, and then you can see the carburation. We now have, instead of the one single carb where it was basically undercarbed because of the valves and the pistons, we now have the aftermarket empty, and these are 40s, they refer to them as. So we have the dual 2 carbs on one side and 2 on the other, and you can see we have all of our aluminum linkage. Everything is set up, and then the accelerator cable will come through the doghouse and attach to this section, and then you'll see we have the pivot points with the arms, and they're already pre-tuned. So those are all set up, and this will make the engine quite a bit happier. And then you'll see in terms of exhaust, this is a header style exhaust system. Once again, it's an aftermarket through EMPI. This is a tuned header, so you can see the tubes themselves are routed at the same, so they're a tuned header, and as they come out we've got the correct gasket. and then we have the powder coated muffler, and then we have the chrome tailpipe. So it's going to look fairly stock from the back of this 70 single cab truck, where the exit comes out basically the same location it would stock. It's going to have a nicer sound, but not overly offensive inside the cab in terms of overall sound. So what we're going to do in our next video is we're going to hook up our battery and our fuel, and then we'll start the engine up because we already have it broken in with the break-in oil. So what we'll do is in our next video with this engine is we'll hook everything up, we'll start it up, and we'll share with you how it sounds. So it's quite a smart looking engine. It should be pretty much trouble free. It's not going to run overly hot, but it's going to have lots of power and a nice complement with the Highway Flyer manual transmission. So just a quick update, this is the rebuilt engine for the 1970 Volkswagen Single Cab Truck. I thank you for watching. I'm John from lastchanceautorestore.com.